Hello, what a day it is today. It's raining. And, yeah, I'm looking at all the stuff. I've looked at a couple of pages today on YouTube. And I was saying about some of the comments I've been getting. And, how, it's getting to the point where it's nasty, vicious, egregious, and you think to yourself, it's understandable, because modern media has made this thing of tribal. You're either one tribe or the other. You either believe something or you don't, and most people don't want to believe anything unless it's to believe that somehow in a golden world, magical world, you can turn into a female from being a full-grown male. I don't understand gender dysphoria. I'm not making a joke about that. It's a very serious thing, but when it's being weaponized, that's a very dark road to go down. And you find some of the situations that are going on at the moment, they really are all being ramped up for some form of, this or that. You're being tribal now. You're either with the global elite and their thing, or you're not. You either believe all the BS they come out with about climate, about gender, about race, that's being pushed. I mean, like, being pushed. These people who own these media companies, who are using their force through politics and through media to put their point across, and it's all about division, segregation, hate, all the things that go against our harmonious world, a harmonious life. It's all low vibrational stuff. It's all fear and hatred and stuff, and it's really ugly and nasty. And obviously, anything that's opposed to that, against that, is getting cut down and crushed. And that system that's been set up, all about fear and hatred, is just to control people. How do you control people? You divide and conquer. It's what every imperial empire has done since the Assyrians and Babylonians, the Greeks, the Egyptians, the Holy Roman Empire, as it's called, now known as the Catholic Church, the British Empire, French empires, Spanish empires, they all do the same thing: control, divide, conquer, plunder, and abuse. And that's what it's all about. And now you've got the Anglo world power from one side and the ex-Soviet communists from the other, even though at the moment the communist element in a different format has come from a different place. So the new communist bloc is Europe and North America. But in its infancy, it's not quite reached the Soviet era power yet, but it's on its way. It's getting there. They are shutting down free speech. They are trying to cause problems worldwide. They've got the fingers in every pie, causing hassle everywhere. It's all part of this global communism. And people say, oh, get your till that on, lad. He's not rating feed. Well, actually, as far as those people are concerned, I just think, well, you just follow the shepherd, because the shepherd's following you and pointing you in the way of the abattoir or over the cliff, because you've no idea what you're talking about. You're oblivious to signs, and you don't want to see the signs, and all you want to see is this panacea that you're being fed, and and then further on down the road, it's kind of like, well, you fed us this, you had us over. Well, they told you at every point of this, every point of this journey, everyone's been told exactly what's going on. They've all been told this is what we're doing, and that's that's all part of this Satanist Luciferian thing. Is when they're doing something, they'll tell you, and it gets dingy and dark and very horrible. The deeper you get into that society and what they're up to, the worse it gets. And they just pretend they're someone else, that they are someone else. It's really, really, really sad that everyone falls for it. There's a lot of people out there who have no idea of what's going on. And they've been fed into this system of lies, and they don't see. It's kind of like the blind leading the blind, because when you get to that point where you don't want to look, you know what's going on, but you don't want to look. If I look and I realise what's going on and I accept what's going on, then I have to deal with that. But if I pretend it's not happening, I'm okay. I can pretend it's not happening. I can turn a blind eye, and I can say, no, that's not real. Get out of things and behave as if nothing's happening. So you're going to post it in the back of me. No problem. So yeah, it's not good. But not all is doom and gloom, right? Not all is doom and gloom, because there are a lot of people who have woken up to the reality. I'm not talking woke here. That's the other side. I'm talking about people who do realise what's being done, why, and how so-called, seemingly innocent things, seemingly normal things, are being used to control people. It's not good. Woohoo! Steady on. Oh, proper coffee. I like a percolated coffee, don't know about you. It's a different thing. Although, I will use instant. I'll even use a little sachet of coffee. I'm not a purist by any sense of imagination. And I refuse to go to coffee shops and pay barista prices. I'm a barista artist. Are you, mate? I thought you just made coffee. We can all make coffee. Heat up water, put it through the old grounds, Goes into a cup, adds some cream or milk, some sugar or whatever, and ponce about with it. Stick a bit of like powdered chocolate on the top. Yeah, whatever, mate. Just an excuse to charge like for the price of a cup of coffee. They're charging you for a pot. However, since packing in the old booze, a lot of people turn to coffee as their kind of their next best thing, their stimulus. Nothing wrong with that. You know, it's okay. Yeah, it's a stimulant and probably not good for you, but you know, everything in proportion, eh? You know, you can think, well, you know, certain vegetables are good for you, you know, but if you just eat that vegetable without eating anything else, that's not good for you. If you just drank water, that's not good for you. If you just drank milk, that's not good for you. You know, it's kind of, life is about balance. It's about balancing those things. That's good. So many other things that are a problem these days. Where we're going back to the social media thing here, is where some people have opinions and the situation now is your opinion doesn't count, right, at all. So what they do is they will rubbish your opinion, then they will go on around everyone saying, look at this person, he thinks different to us, he's wrong, I want him to be wrong, I want you to crush that person. What does that say about you if you do that? What kind of person does it say that you are when you do that? Very egregious behaviour. And you just putting a big sign over your head saying, I'm a bully. I'm a bully. I've got one set of thoughts. If you don't believe in this, you need to be, you know. There was someone making comments as far as saying, because of the behaviour or thought of someone, they wanted them dead. I think with J.K. Rowling or something, you know. This woman who wrote the Harry Potter books, who isn't falling for the BS of a certain left field, and they're out for her blood because she hasn't, you know, signed up to be part of the system and accept the lie. So they're proper after her. So you know, and for someone to say, you know, in social media, she needs to be put to death because she won't count out the transgender bullshit. Wow, you know, that's it's getting very very nasty now, very nasty. And you think to yourself, where does all this come from? Where does this anger originate from? And most of it is being stoked up by the media, some of it by politics, but a lot of it by certain groups who want to use one thing against the other. They don't give a monkeys about whether people are trans or whatever. You know, a lot of them as well are because they have, should we say, very dark and dubious attractions to children. We used to use a P word for that. And the reason why is for a long time now, they've been trying through the front and the back door of politics to get it normalised, accepted. These really nasty, dark, horrible people want access to your children to do dark, nasty and vicious things. That's because they are run by low vibrations. That's all they see. And their nasty little world is taken up by that, you know. They only see their point of view, and you don't count. And it's interesting that it comes at a time now when everything else seems to be falling apart. It seems that society starts to fall apart, then all these elements, these dark, nefarious elements, start coming out of the woodwork. They start being courageous. They're not courageous people at all. They're dark, nefarious, nasty people, but they get very courageous when they see an opportunity to think, we're in here. We can mould society to our way of thinking, especially now that there's all this anxiety and angst in the world. It's the perfect time for us to take advantage of that fear and the low vibrations that are going around and perpetuated and made worse. It really is quite bad. So what I've done is, so I don't have to go into a lot of these things, I've made a playlist about citizens' rights and stuff. You are able, if you're subscribed, you are able to my channel, you are able to go onto that list, onto that playlist, and look at those things that I put on there. I'm not saying that I fully endorse them. I'm not saying that that everything there is correct. All I'm saying is it can open your eyes up to possibilities, should we say. So, a couple of minutes. So, turn the car on. What else was I going to think of? Yeah, we are at the point in time where it's both dark and dangerous, but at that time of dark and dangerous comes out something else. Comes out those people who have seen the line. It's like it has to get to that point for them to understand the realities of things, and then suddenly go, oh, I get it. I know what you've been saying now. I can see what you're on about. And suddenly they get it. And at that point, they start to look into things. They start diving down the rabbit holes. Not every rabbit hole is a good rabbit hole, but many of them are good rabbit holes, because what it's basically doing is saying to you, don't take everything for granted as you see it. Don't accept things as truth just because you're told, especially by the media, who are not there for you. They are not there for you. The media is there. It is a tool, like politicians are a tool, to bring about a certain event. And I'll go into this event soon. In fact, I think that might be one of my next videos, is to go into that event. And what we'll do is we'll find the plan, we'll read it out, yeah, and then we'll start going through and ticking off the things that have happened in the last 20 years or so that are on that plan. So that it's not me that's saying it, it's not other people that's saying it. This is from the plan and the people who've made the plan. So, yeah, we'll go on to that another time. But in the meantime, okay, have a good day. Don't take in the low vibrations. Find the good vibrations. Turn off your TV. Go out and have a walk. Go out and have a drive. Spend some time with friends, have a laugh. And try not to, dwell on the bad things. Look at good things. It's turning into spring now. I know it's a bit wet and stuff, but, it's right for this time of year. So, it'll be good. We'll be all right. We'll get there. So, universe loves you. I love you. See you there.